EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right to the air is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. That will set him. Nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. That is caught. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got this complete to Robinson. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Giants are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. It's the tight end Lyman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Open man here is Benson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Murray. And Wilson with it, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Michael Wilson, 41 yards. And the Cardinals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Matt Judon from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. To throw, it's Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And the Giants send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Moore on the return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Big X open, Big X open.
Murray now to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. To throw is Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To throw, it's Murray. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that would wind winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Murray keeps it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. These two teams all tied after one. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they come up now, second and goal. Murray now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Benson is in. Touchdown, Arizona. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now Rodgers. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Left side, he's got Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cardinals. Elijah Moore, 51 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Man open is Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. Rodgers to throw once more. Here's Johnson with a reception. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. Dances by him. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
On 1st down, right back to Benson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Murray. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Throwing now is Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Elijah Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Rodgers going to throw.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Rodgers.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down. Now it's Rodgers.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Taylor is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants.
Jonathan Taylor
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Rodgers will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before half from Murray.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
He's got it with the 15. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Giants 16.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And it is caught downfield by Harrison. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., 74 yards. And the Cards come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. You just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. Inside the 20. And that was one I kind of saw. Charge, a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Murray now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey Benson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. He'll drop this down to Taylor. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. In motion right, Debo. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Jalen Hyatt
from 19 yards away.
And the Giants get a bit closer.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
They run over center with Benson.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Here's Murray.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's another Cardinals.
Here's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey Benson
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Cardinals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to Robinson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger
From 8 yards out.
And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, it's Benson.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
A give up the middle with Benson to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They'll try to run for it with Benson.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
The 71 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. On the move to his left. Throw left side to Higgins. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey Benson
From 4 yards out.
And the Cardinals are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants.
Jalen Hyatt
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Now McManus for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Next to score, Cardinals 56, Giants 38. Brandon McManus.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Running out of the gun here with Benson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 46, here's second down and 7.
On play action, it's Murray. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The Cardinals on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
Again, it's Connor. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
From the gun, Murray. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Cardinals had 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And hard running
running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And some room to roam now. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think